The slow grill of the relationship. The special lesson. I'll try to just get to the point. I'm 27. I work as an IT analyst. My wife is 27 and works in skincare. We have 3 kids, 3, 5, and 7, and we have been together 9 years. Married 7. To be honest, I don't even know where to begin. How do you summarize a marriage? These days, it just seems like we hate each other. Our marriage has always been a little rough. I was in the Navy when we first got together back in 2005. Life was really hard when I got out, and we are just now getting back up on our feet. Anyway, as far as I am concerned, things got really bad about 2 years ago. When she got the job she has now, she works in a massage place, doing skin care. She met her friend there, and like I said, that's when things went downhill. She started drinking and partying a lot, going out every single weekend, sometimes leaving on Friday and not coming back until Sunday, mostly going out on a Saturday, Friday night, and not coming back, sometimes, until between 4 to 6 the next morning. To me, that seems insane. She smoked X once, or twice. When she told me, I was livid. I am very much a homebody. I don't understand the point of going out and drinking and partying. She says clubbing recharges her for the next week. That blew me away to the point I didn't even have a response. It's that dumb. She started babysitting her friends' kids on Sundays. Long story short on that, I told her no more, and she basically told me too bad. Ever since she met her, I feel like everything and everyone has become secondary to her friends and social life. The big blow-up we had recently, as in about 2 weeks ago, was the culmination of a lot of pent-up frustration. We emotionally separated, her words, about 2 months ago. She stated she felt like we were heading in 2 different directions. I didn't think so, but I went with, and I guess I knew it was true to a small extent, but not to the level she thought it was. We have had so many fights since then. I can't put my finger on it, but she stated she wants us to work on ourselves before we can be what she feels is whole again. Nothing wrong with that, but I can't help but to feel like she blames me for everything. All she does is stay in one of the bedrooms and sleeps all day. Never cleans. The only time I see her genuinely smile is when she is talking, texting her friend. It's no secret, she'll tell you, she has motivation issues. When she gets home, she doesn't want to clean, play, cook, nothing, just wants to relax. She told me the things she wants me to work on, temper and being better about taking my medication, thyroid. I said fine, no problem, and I went way above and beyond. I lost weight, started exercising, got back on everything. I did exactly what she asked of me. I told her, work on your temper. She has a habit of saying she will leave when she gets mad. Get better at cleaning up. Go see a doctor about your depression and stop going out so much. She did none of it. She didn't even try. She made a doctor's appointment, didn't have all the right paperwork, and never went back. She still doesn't clean up and started going out more. I gave up. I refuse put in the work if she's not going to. She says finding a new job is hard in what she does. Maybe it's just me, but I went through many failed careers and lots of different jobs before getting the good job I have now. And it just feels like an excuse. Anything other than results just feels like a bullcrap excuse. We haven't slept in the same bed in about 2 weeks, which is not the first time this has happened. We only started talking again because I wrote her some love letters. To which she said, words are nice, but prove it. I guess that's my point. I'm putting in all this work for getting nothing in return, and I'm tired of it. I could keep going on, but we would be here for a while. This is just the surface. I just need some guidance. I do things for her all the time, bring home flowers, run errands when she doesn't feel like it, etc. I struggle with the question of, isn't going to work enough? On the one hand, I know it's not, because like you've said, it's something I should be doing regardless. But on the other hand, I work my ass off for my family. I'm where I say I'm going to be. I'm always readily available and I do everything I'm asked of. I do feel lost on this subject. I have nothing that resembles a social life. I literally just found an email of her talking to a guy from Craigslist. I went through the rest of her email, her SMS, Facebook, everything. So far, this looks like an isolated incident. I even logged onto Verizon, and there isn't anything other than this. I work in IT, I can find anything. When I confronted her about it, she didn't try to deny it at all. Her explanation is, back then, she was very unhappy. She felt like she had failed our marriage and was looking for outside perspective. She was on a mom swap site that, as she stated, led her to this guy's ad. They talked for about 2 days. He turned to be a creep, wanting pictures. Your gets mine kind of stuff. That's when she says she cut it off. A lot of this I have trouble with. She said she just wasn't in the right frame of mind, emotionally compromised as she basically put it. Some of her reasoning would be lame for a guy, much less her. She doesn't make nearly as much money as I do. We have discussed the fact that she might be able to pay for herself. Not even 1 kid. Much less 3. Not doing things for her. Been there, done that. I told her, after her birthday this weekend, no more going out for a while. At all. She didn't fight me on it. She agreed. I have been keeping records for a while. so there's that. Her apology was genuine, and I do believe her. For the most part, when she says it's a one-time thing that ended before it began, the evidence supports it. However, I am sleeping with one eye open. She has never done anything like this before. I don't want this to become a coping mechanism. She has always been completely closed off. That is what is a little backwards about us. I'm the open, talkative, emotionally available. She just simply isn't. She raised to not talk about feelings. It's point blank something you just don't do. Anyway, it's not that she didn't talk to me. She doesn't talk. Not an excuse though. I was raised the same way, and I realized at a young age that complete BS. I don't think she sees anyone as an authority figure, much less me. However, that's not unusually for her. I think she is just agreeing for the sake of keeping me quiet so the family doesn't find out. The fact about her is, she is going to do what she wants to do, regardless of anyone else. She is one of those types of people that you have to say, sure, she loves you, but in her own way. So, what did she do last night? Went out with her friend and didn't come back. We have gone back and forth on this a few times. The last time she did this back in March, I didn't let it go. I laid it out for her. I started to split the bank accounts. I got in touch with a divorce attorney. I worked out her and my finances, just to show her that 1. She doesn't make enough to support even 1 kids, much less 3. 2. What kind of life she would have, which is no real life at all. At the end of it, she said it was too much. She regretted it for letting it get that far. So sure, I might look like a doormat right now, but I'm going to have to do these things again. And then some. We are seeing a VA marriage counselor, hopefully soon. Not an excuse, everyone reacts differently to every emotion. She is not the kind of woman you can easily put your foot down with. Even before all this, she just doesn't react. Action is the only thing works with her, which is what I'm doing. Stupid as this sounds, how do I implement consequences on an adult? I could change banks, tell her what to do. She hasn't exactly listened so far. Take the car away, etc. I guess my point is, none of that is a fix. It's just going to make things worse. She has to make the choice. I can't do that for her. I could make it hard for her, but that won't change anything. Just create more drama. On another note, she broke down and told me last night she wants a divorce. Her basis is, I'm trying to change her. I don't want her to go out as much and help around the house. That's how I'm trying to change her. To be fair, I have pushed her to get a different job, but only because of her horrible friend. She stated she wants to be left alone and is tired of being told what to do in her personal life. What the hell? I find it curious, and I told her this. We were doing okay for a while. We even started going out. I went with her to a concert, then a club. I danced with her and everything. The next day, she came to me saying she thinks it went really well, and that it was good for us. I agreed with her. As soon as I approached her with this, she wants a divorce. I am so completely overwhelmed. Me and family are getting together tonight for an intervention, then tomorrow for counseling from the VA. This is not the person I married, not even the person I knew 3 years ago. I know my wife is in there somewhere, and I can't give up, at least for the sake of the kids. My wife has a very absorbing personality. She tends to emulate the people around her. If she hangs out with single people, she will act like a single person. If she associates with smart, hardworking, dependable adults, that's how she acts. I am pulling in everything I can think of until I am convinced she is gone. I'm not a bad guy. I don't drink, I don't party or go out. I can go out, not drink, and have a great time. I don't do meds. I don't try to make her do anything dangerous or illegal. I'm the reliable one that you always know where I'm at. I can always be reached. I make things happen. I have healthy habits, and so far, I treat her way better than she treats me. I'm my son's den leader for his scout pack. I helped other parents carve pumpkins last night, and it was an absolute blast. What have I done to deserve this? 1 month later, divorce is going to happen, one way or the other. That's all I can say. We are going to get divorced sometime next year. Next year, we would have been together for 10 years. We have 3 kids, 3, 5, and 7. She wants the divorce because she says she's not happy. Doesn't know why she isn't. Doesn't know what it's going to take to make her happy. And as she put it, I need to know if I'm broken. I get that fact that we got married young and had kids young, but it's when things started to get really good that she goes through this. When things are bad, she handles, and when things are good, that's what she can't do. There is so much to go over, it's actually easier just to respond. I am most defiantly not a healthy individual right now. It has caused me so much bitterness and vindictiveness. I just get mad around her. When it comes to what a healthy relationship is, I guess I only know what not to do. That's fine, however. I'm starting to get an idea of who I am without all the titles. The blame she does take is minimal at best. It's usually realization with excuses. For example, she never helps get the kids ready in the morning. Never really has. She admits she doesn't but thinks it's okay if she states she's not a morning person. As far as counseling goes, it has turned from marriage counseling into post-marital communication counseling. It's not a successful marriage if you're always in counseling. She wants to be happy on her own but thinks she can cut me out of the kids' lives. Right on the money. I have actually talked about how she sabotages herself. Her ideas like, her mother was never around and would buy her things when she was. So as far as she is concerned, when you get someone a gift, you're just making up for something. I've said for years she doesn't know how to be happy. Nothing she does makes sense. She wants a divorce, but any move I make towards it just makes me bitter and vindictive. I told her I wanted to split the bank account. She goes into this lecture about how it's going to make things. How will I pay bill? If I don't have food for lunch, how will I eat? How will I pay for Christmas presents? I said, what? This is what you wanted. It isn't all you, and this is how it's going to be. I refuse to share a bank account with my ex-wife. Are you kidding me? She wants to continue living together, sharing money and everything. She says it not as weird as you think it is. I'm just holding for my taxes to hire an attorney. On a lighter note, the funny part, I don't know what happened, what changed, but as soon as it was agreed that this was going to happen, I have never been flirted with or hit on more in my life. I've been hit on by girls at least a few times a week, at work, at the store. By old female friends, some I haven't talked to in years. It is hilarious. About a month later, we are still living together. Things for the most part are amicable, but I found out last Saturday she slept with the guy she's been lying to me about. It's been talked about. I'm seeing a counselor and she herself is doing everything to make up for it. It's in my head constantly, the image of them together. Here's my problem. Day to day, I've developed these triggers. If I hear the word cheat, see an interracial couple, I'm white, she's black, hear or see anything even slightly physical, certain phrases or words, etc., they just won't stop, and I'm not the type to just turn it off. What do? I want the divorce because she started partying a lot and emotionally has gone just out of control. The moment I was done was when she is starting contacting guys off CR. She has been seeing him for about 6 months, or longer. Long before I was done, she states she's not leaving me for him, and only recently, since the first post, as she admitted she is unsure if he is anything other than a rebound. I plan on moving out within the next month. I'm actually apartment shopping tomorrow. A month later, my letter to her. Dear A, this has to be the hardest thing I've done in my life writing this letter to you. I wanted to let you know I have never in my life loved someone as I have loved you. I doubt that I ever will again. But I suppose that is the thing about love. There are many different forms of it. It was pure, a pure and unconditional love. I would have died for you. A part of me already has. I could say I won't miss us, but I would be lying. I have poured out my heart and laid it right here for you. That's all that I can do. I have done so much soul-seeking this past year and I realize now that your love for me was broken and deceptive. I know that you know I could never have hurt you as you have hurt me. I still couldn't hurt you, not like that. What makes me so sad is that you hurt me and lacked any respect for me as a person or a best friend, let alone a life partner. You did become my best friend, and that I miss terribly. I also miss the woman I thought I had married. While I know we had problems, it always serves well to discuss these things, and that's one thing neither one of us did. And we should both be ashamed of that. I am guilty of being blinded by the bright side, and you of not being open with your feelings, and wandering onto greener grass. However, despite our problems, my love for you remained. I finally had to realize that my love that wasn't enough for you. That is what I am so truly sad about. Perhaps my love was too innocent, or that I basically didn't do it right. That's what makes this whole affair so much more tragic. A spouse, husband or wife, will cheat if they don't get what they need from the other. You would never allow me to give you what you needed. You wouldn't let me in. So it only makes sense that I couldn't provide. That's why there was nothing I could have done to prevent it. I will spend my days feeling like an option that didn't work out for you, and now you've moved on to another option. I will never be able to love like that again. Not to say that I won't be able to love another, but not ever with that exuberance and devotion. As I will forever be cautious with my love and the love I receive. I so desperately wanted our marriage to work. It will always break my heart that it didn't. I never knowingly did anything to hurt you or to us. I want you to know that I do forgive you. I've put behind me my share of the blame, and this is the only way. I only hope that you can forgive yourself, although in my heart I believe you already have as you have moved on so quickly. Considering how easily it seems you moved on, it makes me wonder if you ever loved me at all. It's as if you aren't aware you even had an affair or were even married for that matter. Maybe that's for the best. There's nothing left for us to save. It's time to let us go. It's what we have to do. It's time to give this up. I think we both knew this was coming a long time ago. I know that people say that you never truly get over your first love, and the others that come tend to melt into the framework of time. However, I actually don't think you ever truly get over someone you made the first commitment to love till death either. I suppose you always continue to love those people and care deeply about. Those who we love, we never truly leave behind. I have only hope that you enter into a new relationship that does not include any baggage of past infidelity and lies, and that I too enter into a new relationship where I won't be afraid to love someone again for fear of being hurt. I hope we are both able to go into this new life equipped with the lessons we have learned from each other. One that is open, honest, and above all else, healthy. One that allows for us to be the people we deserve to be, and the parents the kids deserve to have. While it is always easy to go back to past loves, it is not always wise. This will be a difficult challenge for both of us, I think, as it is easy to seek comfort in the arms of those who still love us. I wrote you before, but now I understand that you have started a new chapter in your life. While I often look back on my life and maintain a connection of sorts, outside of the kids, I will always move forward. But as you and I go, we have nothing left to weather. You used to be all that I had, now you're just not what I need. It's time to turn and walk away from what's left of me and you. I've got to get over you, then I can get back to me. The only way to get on with my life is to say goodbye. So goodbye. Take care of yourself. You were the best thing I'll ever give up. End of letter. I'm giving it to her next week, when I move out. Yes, we still live together. This isn't long for me at all, but I was worried about sounding needy. I did take a lot out. I have 2 girls and a boy, 3, 5, and 7. Yes, she is still having the affair. Basically, I threatened to take the kids if she didn't confess. I already knew, I just wanted confirmation. No, I'm only 28. I have a bright future. No worries there, and I've been seeing a counselor for a while now. The thing is, she's not remorseless. She is in a lot of pain for everything she's done. I told her I could have forgiven everything, but she won't allow herself to be forgiven. We are actually pretty friendly, but I do plan on having as little as possible to do with her after. It's joint custody, 50-50, a week on, a week off. It's funny you ask, I'm actually far from a dry well. I'm the open, emotional, not in a bad manner, compassionate, romantic type. She's actually the dry well, believe it or not. Basically, she was mad at me and she had developed strong feelings for this other guy. They hooked up on Valentine's Day, and that was that. I thought I had a lot left to say, but I really don't. I'm done. I'm done to the point it doesn't even hurt anymore. I don't listen to the moving on songs anymore. I'm just ready to move on. The other night was the first night I could really see her as an ex. When I leave next week, I'll shake her hand, tell her it was nice to meet her, and let that be that. Almost half a year later, I thought I would share a funny dating resume I made. Because why not? Dear potential mate, it has come to my attention your heart is hiring, and I would like to express my interest in the best boyfriend ever position. Currently, I am a ruggedly handsome and intelligent, single father of 3, with no one begging for my attention, yet. Please review my soul included in this packet. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. Sincerely, me. Professional summary. I go as slow as you need me to. I know you have a schedule. I like to call just to say hi or I love you. I'm totally down for the package deal. Super good cuddler. I'll talk about whatever girly thing you want to talk about. You can kiss me whenever you want. While you talk about those girly things, I'll actually listen. Promise. You'll know you're in if I let you meet my kids. It'll be easy. I value talk over text. I play for keeps, projects, raising 3 kids. So, you know I'm good with kids, and I'm patient. Former marriage. It may seem bad at first, but I've been around and I know I'm not the center of attention. It also means I'm not afraid of baggage or responsibility. I went to college. I still have all my textbooks. Between that and my love of conversation, we will never run out of things to talk about. I'm no dummy. I have a full-time job. I just might be able to buy you stuff. I work out sometimes. I'm not fat, but I'm not, ripped. Experience. I'm a hard-working professional who cares deeply about my children and career. But I'm also a big nerd. I have 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. I am a huge believer in the idea that your significant other should be your very best friend in the world. It took me a while to come to that understanding, but once I arrived there, I realized I can't afford to settle for anything less. That's why I think it is so important to not jump straight to dating or to being a couple, which makes the whole dating website thing a little counterintuitive. There isn't exactly the same thing on a friendship website. I really enjoy my workout routine. Fitness is fairly new to me, but I love it. I lost 15 pounds in the first month doing nothing but body weight calisthenics. I'm very philosophical and existential. Anything in regard to science and religion, I could just go on all day about. When I say religion, I'm not religious, but I do find religions fascinating from a social evolutionary point of view. If you're the type to watch the Bill Nye, Ken Ham debate, you're the one. I also really like fixing things. That's where my heart is. Closing that gap from the way something is behaving and bringing it back to its original state. I still have a bucket list. Hopefully they match up with yours. First and foremost, to own my own house. Travel back to Greece. Get back into photography professionally. Climb the corporate ladder, of course. More tattoos. Clearance level. You can tell me all your secrets. You are safe with me, I promise. References. That would be kind of awkward, but I'm sure I could manage it. A year later, I moved out last April, and my divorce was final in November. Greatest decision ever, right? It really was, and now I'm back to dating. Skipping all the rebounds and fun I had at first, The girl I'm dating now is the first serious relationship since splitting with the ex. So just some background. I'm 29 with 3 kids, and I was with their mother for almost 10 years. And it was a really bad breakup. Really bad. We get along, okay now. Not great, but okay. She is much younger at 24. Never married, no kids, no bad past. Not jaded at all and is absolutely understanding and accepting of everything. Man, I just feel like I let things in the past get in the way. I'm not the type to have trust issue, so I have no clue how to handle it. You know that hypersensitive mode where you just notice everything and everything has some deeper meaning. We were on video call last night at 10:30 and she gets a call. I know intellectually it's probably just one of her sisters or her mom, but emotionally that hurt side comes into play. I just need some perspective, how others have handled this. My comment, don't read the tea leaves. You don't need to make assumptions or imagine who it may or may not have been. That will only give more into the paranoia or trust issues. I tell you not to worry about who it is and spend your energy on the relationship. If it feels wrong, then you might be right to be concerned. Is it likely that you are in an amazing relationship and she is hiding things from you? No, there are still emotional things that you must work through so that you don't compromise this new relationship. It seems things are too nice for OP at the moment. He feels like things can't be this good. It takes time to overcome that, and once you know the person a bit more, you can start building the trust. You guys agree?